Hello everyone, so in this video we will talk about the DJI Neo and we will try to compare two videos coming out of the DJI Neo. One would be stabilized by Rocksteady and the other one we will try to edit using Gyroflow. Gyroflow is an editing software that can stabilize your video as long as there is gyro data on that video. Most of the time, we are only using Rocksteady because it is built in to action camera of DJI and with FPV drones such as the DJI Neo. So why do we use Gyroflow? Most of the time, when we try to edit our video with Rocksteady, everything is already programmed by DJI, so you cannot adjust any other settings. One thing that I noticed with the DJI Neo is that the Rocksteady is cropping in too much. For example, you have a 4K video from the DJI Neo. The quality is somewhat like 1080p, but outstretched to 4K. So that is because of the cropping in to compensate for image stabilization, which is Rocksteady. Now with Gyroflow, you have the freedom to adjust the amount of field of view that you want to output from the Gyroflow. And at the same time, you could also adjust your smoothness. If you think your action is not that drastic or not dramatic, you could just adjust your smoothness to a low level. Or if you are moving too much and you want to have a video similar to Rocksteady, you could actually increase the smoothness. So with Gyroflow, you have the freedom to adjust any parameters for the stabilization. Okay, so without further ado, let's do this. I'll also try to teach you how to use Gyroflow. Actually, it's very easy software. Just put the data or the video, as long as it has gyro data, put it in Gyroflow, it will automatically stabilize the video. One thing that you have to consider with this, when you're using Gyroflow, of course, you have to extract your video footage. So that's an extra step to get your output. So let's go. Let's try to do this. Oh, before I forgot, if you want to have a video with the gyro data in it, the default settings of the DJI Neo is not enabled. If you just, for example, you have a Rocksteady video and put it in Gyroflow, I believe it will not work. What you need to do is you have to turn off Rocksteady settings through the Goggles app. Try to disable Rocksteady, but there's an extra step. You cannot disable Rocksteady or horizon balancing in 16:9 aspect ratio of your video. You have to go to your settings. I think it's in settings, then camera settings, then change your aspect ratio to 4:3. The whole sensor of the camera will be enabled. Now disable your EIS, and now that data, the video footage, will have the gyro. This is Gyroflow, and if you're familiar with Gyroflow, this is the whole menu of the app. If you put a video with a Rocksteady stabilization, you will see an error, and the file format is detected but no motion data was found, because when you turn it on, when you put Rocksteady, the drone will not save the gyro data on that file, while if we put, so this is the data this is the data with gyro in it. You will see it will automatically choose the settings for you, the dimensions, the calibration. Of course, this is made by DJI. Some other stuffs here that you don't need to touch. So what we are more interested in is either we increase the smoothness, but of course it will crop in by a very large number. Let's put it at around, I think, 1. This is the, if you want the footage to be very smooth, and you will see that all of these are in red, so meaning there will be a lot of this black bar when you play the video. For example, this one, we put it here, see, if you remove this, you will see a lot of the black bars. What we want to do is we don't want to see this, which is represented by that red thing in the timeline. So it's either we cropped in. So I think see the red bar is starting to, the more you crop in, of course, the lesser is the red on your timeline. But of course, it is too cropped in. As you can see, it's too zoom in. So you want to have the best of both worlds. So let's try to put it at probably around 90. So at least there are a few of those red bars. Then we try to adjust our smoothness, try to lower it down. Of course, we could put it at 0.001. This means no stabilization. So see, everything is rocking left and right, you know. So of course you don't want that. So you have to adjust it. Let's put it at around 0.10, 0.1. See if there will be red bars already. Okay, so there are some red bars. Let's see the part where the red bar is seen. Okay, so there was a red bar here. So meaning we have to adjust FOV a bit more. So let's put it around 0.8. Okay. So we still have that FPV feel of rocking left and right. So let's try to move the smoothness to 0.2. So it's up to you. You could adjust it to your liking. Okay, still there's no red bar. That's good. So let's go with 0.3. Let's see if there will be red bars. Okay, so we see a red bar now, and here and here. Let's see if we could. Yeah, there was a red bar showing. So if I were you, I think this would be a good settings. Just lower it down a bit, 0.30, 0.3. Then the red bar will be off. Okay, I think that would be a good settings, 0.8 and 0.3. So if you want to export it now, just click export. It would then render the whole video. First video would be Gyroflow. So we'd have to disable EIS, which is Rocksteady. So go with your, okay. So go to settings, camera settings, and this should be your settings. 4:3 for aspect ratio, change your video quality. I put it at 4K 30. And of course, you have to disable your EIS. 4:3 aspect ratio, it is somewhat similar in quality with most of my traditional drones. As you have very, very wide FOV. So if you're using 30 frames per second, try not to move that much because you will be a bit dizzy during turns. So just this one. With our raw footage, you could see that everything is really shaky. One thing that you would see when you are using Gyroflow is that you could actually choose if you would want a 4:3 aspect ratio or a 16:9 as well. Okay, I think that should be enough. Let's go back. Right, so now we will turn on Rocksteady. So, okay, so this should be your settings if you enable Rocksteady. Okay. So those are the footage produced by the DJI Neo, and you would actually see that really you are given the freedom to adjust your settings using Gyroflow. But is it that extra step worth it for you? Probably try to do it on your own. See if the footage would be way different when you do a side-by-side comparison on your own. But if you would ask me, if you really need that extra field of view or you want to adjust your smoothness based on the parameters that you really want to do, I think the Gyroflow would be a good option to be used on your post-production. But if you just want to have a very stable footage that you could just upload on the fly, Rocksteady is still a viable option for you. In the end, it would be up to you if you would use Gyroflow for your next video using the DJI Neo. So in this video, I just showed you how to do it. It's not an easy task. You have to adjust some of your parameters in the settings so that you could disable Rocksteady, because it's not as straightforward as doing it in the Avata 1 and the Avata 2. You just have to turn off your Rocksteady and you're good to go. You could actually use the video with gyro data on Gyroflow. But with this one, you have to enable 4:3 aspect ratio, and then you could extract your video with gyro data. So we will end the video here. Hope to see you in the next video. Happy flying with your DJI Neo.